What's good, everyone? This is Guga2Lovely. I'm back with another video on 2K24 today. You guys read the title. This is the best lock I've ever played on, so let's get right into it. You know I keep my intro short and sweet. If you like the video, please drop a like. If you fuck with my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's free. Everything is free to support me, and it helps me out a lot. But without further ado, all my social plugs are in the description. Just have to get that out there. But let's get into the build. So I hopped on this build. I made it a rebirth, and I'm not going to lie to you. 7-game streak, 3 or 4 win streak in the rec. Then I think I lost a part game, and then another 7-game streak. Off rip. All I did was upgrade him to a 90, and that was it. I'm gonna release gameplay of this build for you guys sometime in the near future. I'm gonna be going away for the next few days, but I really wanted to get this video out. So of course, getting right into it, the handedness and the jersey number, that doesn't mean shit to the build. Do whatever your preference is. So getting into it, we're gonna want to make the position a small forward. We're gonna keep the height at 6'7". We're gonna keep the weight at 215, and for the wingspan, max it out, so a 7'4". Now from here, I'm just gonna go down each attribute one by one and let you guys know why I did this, so that if you want to tweak the build a little bit to your own standards, if you want to play a little bit differently, by all means go for it. This is just a framework. All right, so firstly, for the finishing, so we're gonna move our close shot up to a 50. The only reason why is because that's the minimum you can have it to have a 70 driving layup. I went with a 70 driving layup just because it's solid. You get gold pro touch, as you can see, which is really good for the finishing. And I think 70 is a good little sweet spot if you need a budget layup attribute. Up next, for the driving dunk, we're gonna set this to a 60. Now you guys might ask, 60 driving dunk, isn't that really low? Why do you have a higher driving layup than your driving dunk? If you guys know, the two best simple dunk packages for every build, Manu Ginobili and Klay Thompson, only require like a 55 dunk. So in this case, you're gonna be getting all the good animations. This is honestly just something you guys are gonna have to trust me on, that a 60 driving dunk is good enough. And for your driving layup, it's gonna be important this year. You want your driving layup to be higher than your driving dunk if possible, because in a lot of situations you're going to be going into a lot of layups. The paint defense is different this year. Next up, we're going to put the standing dunk at 30. Not so much explanation behind that. That's just how it's going to rock. That's how the attributes worked out. Post control, we're not going to touch at all. For your mid-range, put that up to a 64. I think 64 is a really good sweet spot. That's all you're going to really need to be able to green from the mid-range. They buffed the mid-range shots. It's really easy to hit from mid-range this year. I've had no problems with it. Now for the three-pointer, we're gonna go ahead and max this out. So boom, we got a 79 three-pointer. You can take a look at your badges right here. Silver blinders and silver catch and shoot is nice. A bronze deadeye is also nice. So these are all pretty good badges because you're gonna be spotting up on this build. This build is a pure lock. We also get corner specialist silver, and we get green machine silver, and we also get claymore on silver. So these are all great badges that you want. These are all like the necessary spot up badges that you need, and you get them at a good level. Now for the free throw, me personally, I had mine set to a 65. I know it's low. I know free throws are really iffy this year. It is what it is. You're either gonna hit them or not. I have a 78 free throw on my other build, and I honestly feel like as soon as I release X, they flip a coin if they want to make it go in or not. So 65 is what I'm gonna rock. If you want to have a higher free throw, you could always tweak stuff down a little bit and increase your free throw to as high as you would like to see it. Next, for the pass accuracy, I'm setting this at a 73. I think a 73 is solid. You get to maintain your silver dimer, and if you increase to a 75, for example, the only difference is going to be special delivery on silver and break starter on silver. And I played many games of rec with this build. I have had no issues with getting boards and throwing outlet passes. For the ball handle, drop this down to a 38. Like I said, this is not a hybrid lock. This is a pure lockdown build. The purpose of this build on offense is to either move the ball, get your spot up shot, or if you have an easy dunk or a layup, take your easy dunks or layups. Other than that, the point of this build, you are going to guard the other team's best player and make their life a living nightmare. That's the purpose of this build. And when we get into the defense, you'll see why. Speed with ball, leave it at a 35. Like I said, it's not very important. So next, we're on interior defense. You want to bring your interior defense up exactly to a 72. Why is that? Because if you look here for anchor, you need a 72 anchor, or you need a 72 interior defense for silver anchor. So we're gonna rock exactly a 72. I've had a lot of success guarding bigs with this low of an interior D, by the way. Now here is where all the big defense comes. So you put your perimeter defense to a 94. I know you can get higher, but a 94 is really all you're going to need. You're gonna get gold clamps, you're gonna get Hall of Fame 94 feet, Your ankle braces and your challenger are Hall of Fame. And we're gonna get gold pick dodger as well. Now, one of the ways you could maybe tack on extra points to free throw, bump your perimeter defense down to a 93, but I would not recommend that, because look, for a 1 attribute difference, you get a lot of good badge changes. You get the Hall of Fame ankle braces and the Hall of Fame challenger. Now on to the steal. If you guys thought for a second I had the capability to have a 99 steal on a pure lockdown and I don't do it, no, it's not a chance. I am getting steals left and right, on ball, interceptor, right stick gripper is crazy. 99 steal, that's what makes this build so lethal on defense. Next, we're gonna take our block. This is gonna max out at an 87. Why? Because as I said earlier, we want our silver anchor. And for silver anchor, you need a 72 interior D and you need an 87 block. I did not touch offensive rebound at all on this build. And for defense, I put a little bit on so you could at least fight for boards. I've gotten some good animations with a 65 rebound. So you will be able to come down with boards on this build for a good amount of the time. However, a lot of the times you're gonna have builds with better defense or better rebounds, not defense. So the rebound, it's not gonna make a huge big difference. Now for the physicals, this is where it really gets juiced up. Speed, we're maxing this out, 85 speed. Acceleration, we're not maxing this out, we're leaving this at a 77. What does this combination give us? We're gonna get gold fast feet. Now gold fast feet is really good, it's plenty. I'm able to keep up with all the small guards on the perimeter at gold, at even silver fast feet, and we get gold. So there we go, get your gold fast feet in. Now the reason why I kept the weight at 215, you wanna max out the strength to an 82. That gives you silver a movable enforcer. So when you have all these builds with gold bulldozer or Hall of Fame bulldozer, sure, it might not work all the time, but a lot of times when they drive on you and try to get the animation, you're gonna be able to hold your own with silver. I noticed the difference. Now for the vertical, we're gonna pump this up to an 80. What does that give us? That gives us gold chase down artist. That's pretty good. So when it comes to our blocking and our interior defense, we're gonna be really solid. We're gonna be able to guard the bigs. We're gonna be able to get our chase downs. We have a gold chase down artist, silver anchor, and our perimeter defense is going to be through the roof. And last but not least, stamina, of course, at a 99. So this is what I was able to get to. I hope you guys follow this step by step. If you don't, if you decide to just use this as a framework, that's cool too. I'd love to see the builds you guys make. But this lock has been insane for me. And I've only had it for 1 day. So let's continue. What are we going to get shades of? We are going to get shades of Gerald Wallace, Cam Johnson, and Jimmy Butler. Those are some defensive dogs. So those are great comparisons to have with a defensive build. The build name is a 3-and-D threat. I kind of like that name because, I mean, essentially that's what you are. You're going to be able to hit your threes at a high level. I'm shooting 60% in all modes, on the 2s, on the 3s, and in the rec. I'm shooting 60% with this build. A 79 3-pointer is high enough. Don't get worried by it. You'll get used to it. And you guys will see the proof of my shooting when I drop the gameplay video for this build. But now we're at the end of the video. I appreciate you guys if you stuck through the entire video. Thank you so much. I hope you guys try this build out. Let me know in the comments how you like it. Drop a like, comment any video suggestions, and subscribe to the channel if you rock with the content. And I hope y'all have a lovely day.